Alright, so the big one is finally here. The 1.10 patch for Silent Hill F just landed on November 13, 2025. And let me tell you, it is packed. We're talking major new features, tons of crucial bug fixes. It's a lot. So let's just dive right in and break down everything you need to know.
So, what's this update really all about? Well, that question on screen pretty much nails it. The whole point here is making your trip into this terrifying world, well, a little smoother and a lot more accessible for everybody. It doesn't matter if you're a veteran on your 5th playthrough or someone who's just dipping their toes in and found the combat a bit much. Trust me, there's something in here for you. Okay, first things first. Let's talk about the big stuff. The new ways you can actually play the game. The headliner here is a brand new difficulty setting, Casual Mode. And this is awesome. It's built for those of us who just want to soak in that incredible, creepy atmosphere, you know? You can really dig into the story and explore every single dark corner without constantly worrying about getting wrecked in a combat encounter.
So how do you get into it? Super simple. You've got two ways. You can just pick it right from the get-go when you start a new game or a new game plus, or let's say you're playing on a tougher difficulty and just keep hitting a wall. Well, after a few game over screens, the game will actually offer to let you switch down to casual. It's a pretty great little safety net, right?
All right, this next one, this is a total game changer for all you repeat players out there. If you're jumping into New Game Plus for the 2nd, 3rd, who knows, maybe 4th time, you can now skip a huge chunk of the beginning of the game. Yes, really.
Okay, so here's the deal. You start your New Game Plus run, and you just have to play until you solve that first big mural puzzle. As soon as you finish the Go Through the Door objective, boom, a little prompt will pop up asking if you want to skip ahead. If you say yes, it zaps you right to that scene where Hanako wakes up in the dark shrine corridor. Pretty neat, huh?
Now, hold on, there are a few things you gotta know before you do this. It's not a free lunch. If you use the skip, you're gonna miss out on all the items in those early sections. That's a given. It also disables 3 specific achievements, so completionists, take note. But, and this is the important part, the devs have made it super clear that it has zero impact on the story, the branching paths, or what ending you get. So your story choices are safe.
Okay, so that's the big new features, but this patch also has a ton of smaller, quality-of-life tweaks that just make the game feel better to play, you know?
So let's talk about Hanako. She's gotten a few nice little buffs. Her stamina now comes back just a bit faster, which, let's be real, means less awkward slow walking and more time running for your life from you-know-what. And hey, if you're tackling hard mode, good news, she now takes a little less damage. There's also a tiny audio change that's actually really nice. Her voice line after a kill now waits a beat longer, which just makes the combat feel a little less cluttered.
And it's not just Hinako. The world itself has been tweaked. The devs have actually gone in and thinned out the enemy herds in a few sections. But maybe even better than that, they've reduced the number of those forced, unskippable combat encounters. This is going to do wonders for the game's pacing, letting you breathe a little more.
And now, the moment I know a lot of you have been waiting for. Let's talk about the bugs. Oh yes, the team has been on a serious pest control mission, squashing some of the most annoying, frustrating issues in the game.
Yeah, we're talking more than 10 major bugs. Not just little graphical glitches, but the big, game-breaking ones that would just stop you in your tracks. Let's run through some of the best ones.
First on the list, and this one's kind of legendary. You know that cutscene on the way to Rinko's house? The one where sometimes you'd get 2 shoes for the price of 1? Well, the clone has been officially banished. Rest in peace, duplicate shoe.
Okay, on a more serious note, 2 really, really bad monster bugs are gone for good. You know how the Sakakoko-like entity and the fog monster could sometimes just freeze and you'd be stuck, unable to finish the fight? Yeah, that's fixed. No more getting soft-locked by a lazy monster.
And speaking of frustration, they tackled 2 huge ones here. First, Hinako getting stuck and becoming unresponsive after a dodge? Gone. That is a massive relief for combat. And even bigger, that horrible death loop, the one where an autosave would happen right as you died, trapping you forever, it's finally been fixed.
And the list just keeps going. They also fixed the missing diary pages in New Game Plus, so you can actually collect them all now. The View Endings option on the main menu, that works correctly. That annoying controller drift on the cursor, dealt with. And your graphics settings won't randomly reset during cutscenes anymore. I mean, what a great cleanup job.
So let's step back for a second. What does all this actually mean for Silent Hill F? What's the big takeaway here?
It really boils down to two things, making the game more accessible and way more stable. You've got the casual difficulty and that awesome New Game Plus skip opening the door for more people to experience the story. And at the same time, all those tweaks and bug fixes make the whole thing just run so much smoother for everyone, new player or veteran.
Look, at the end of the day, this is just a fantastic, much-needed update. It really shows the developers are listening and are committed to making this game the best it can be. So I want to turn it over to you. Looking at this whole list, what's the one change that you're most hyped about? Let me know down in the comments. Thanks for tuning in.